Hey y'all, how y'all doing? And I'm just coming to y'all real quick with a video analysis of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 17, episode 8. So I'm gonna be real quick about this. It was a great episode, don't get me wrong, but when you do analysis and I go by recap by A, B, C, D, E, F, G style, and you just analyzing the people, it doesn't take you very long. So I'm out in the studio. Shout out to Rocks. But we're gonna just do a real quick analysis of the people. So from what I can recall, the episode opens up with Kelly and her family, and the daughter Chloe is there, but Kelly can't use any video of the other children, the children by the cave beast over there, and so being that she can't use any video of her and Sasquatch, the children, that's a big part of her screen time, can't be filmed. And then she's losing money left and right on the Sandy Springs location. A lot of people feel that she just opened the Sandy Springs location in order to just have the be for TV. I don't know about that. I really think Kelly was trying to be a franchise owner, and she was trying to just expand her business. Mom and grandmom have told her that, they have her back and they want her to succeed. Kelly is dating again. She's dating a dude by the name of, with the alias name of Jarvis. And that's pretty much all I have on Kelly. I don't think that she should buy that little girl another car, ride the bus home, or catch an Uber. Y'all got so many other things that you could use in order to, get transportation that I didn't have when I was down to the Jackson State. Shout out to the Jackson State. So, just get Uber. And my understanding is that the people are saying that she already had a car at some point. I don't know about that. I want to say I remember something about her getting a Jeep. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I don't recall. But, so the cool girls get together, right? And that's going to be Angela, who still shades Portia about trying to sleep with Charles. That's Angela. And Portia and Phaedra and Drew. When I tell you that damn Drew, I used to think that Drew's body cut her off. She didn't really have a waistline. But now, clothes tee, go naked hair tee, and I don't want to say the pretty girl. Phaedra looked so good. I'm so glad she came out of that blonde wig. She looked so good in that auburn wig. I thought she looked amazing. And I haven't said that probably about Phaedra in a very, very, very long time. And when I tell you, Portia in that semi-bob that was cut to her face and cut off about right there and then had that nice part in it, they all looked amazing. But they were discussing K.MICHELLE, and they was talking about how K is still accusing them of plotting and scheming. So Portia said the one thing that I probably never agree with Portia, but the one thing I really truly agree with her on, she said that those voices are probably in K's head, because nobody at this point have figured out what is the plot and the scheme set up by Todd to come to them with the bullshit. However, Phaedra seems to think that since she went to the pottery class with K.MICHELLE, she seems to think that, maybe she can come to some resolution and figure it out. And I hope that they do. But will they? They probably won't. So let's get to Shamia and this producing a boy child. Now, Shamia has a lot of things that she wants to do, right? She wants to act, she wants to sing. Gerald has supported her in all of these endeavors. However, at this point, his main focus is not being on camera and producing Boy Child. So Kelly is the one who's there with her as she's going through this search for another surrogate. We all know what happened to the other surrogate. And what we need to try to normalize is women having children and them being children being enough. Gerald, we are not in prehistoric times, even though you look like we are. Smooth face, need a damn beard. Oh, all of these are just plain. No eyebrows, no hair. Maybe he had alopecia, so I better back off that because I don't want to get caught up in a Jada type situation. But that smooth face with nothing on it and no eyebrows or nothing, just no facial hair. But anyway, I wouldn't let a no facial haired ass man tell me what to do with my body or pulling up. It takes something to pull those embryos or eggs out of your body. That's still a lot. So Shamia is actually I want to say she in her 40s, right? She's like 44, 45. In her 40s trying to do egg retrieval. Come on, Gerald. If you have to adopt a boy child, will still carry your name. That's dealing with women's bodies. You don't have to. And that was a big controversy I heard about somebody who, Keith Lee, his wife, he said, I'm not going to pressure my wife to have any more baby because that's not my body. Just because you married, that doesn't make it your body. And just because you have a surrogate, if you want to do egg retrieval and those be your biological children, it's Shamia's body that has to go through all of the hormones and mood swings and all the things that you don't have to worry about with your smooth face. And I think that she feels that she has to in order to keep him satiated. Fuck that shit. And fuck Gerald. Okay? You on this show. If he decides, because you hadn't talked about it, that's what Ken said. So what's going to happen if you don't have a male child? He probably going to leave her. This is probably a setup for if you don't have me a male child like you promised, I'm going to leave you. And another thing about having male children, maybe your little slow swimming sperm is not producing male children. Because my understanding is, by science, you have an X and a Y chromosome. We have two X's. We can only produce women and girls or whatever. You and your slow swimming sperm is what is the deciding factor on what the sex of the child is going to be. And that's not fair to Shamia to keep having to do egg retrieval so you all can have embryos saved up. Well, you have one male embryo and 5 failed attempts. If you are any kind of husband, and what I want to see on this show is to see your smooth face ass say, look, my darling, Shamia, I'm good with the children that we have. That's what we all want to see. So we go out to dinner with Portia and Sway, right? And even though, why the hell was I blushing when Sway was talking to Portia? You think you can be like in a long-term relationship with a woman? But then yet still, she has that soft-spoken spirit where she'll say, well, I will carry the baby if you want us to have a baby. Because you remember with Mike, that's a deal breaker because he wants a child. And so Sway is willing to give Portia another child and carry the child. However, I feel like when lesbians get together, that it's some kind of way, it has to be some kind of way for me to understand that those eggs and that sperm has to make my children related to me in some kind of way. Because the child won't be related to Portia if they use somebody else's egg. That's what happened to the brat. The brat carried the child, yes. But the eggs belong to Judy. And so that child has no true biological connection. That's science. I didn't make it up, to the brat. So Portia may not care about that because she has a biological child, but Brett had no children and Judy had several. So I thought that it would have been fair when I was watching that show that they also used Brett's eggs. Hey, they grown. That didn't have nothing to do with me. But so when they were over at the house, they was talking about how Mike said it was a deal breaker if he didn't have any kids. But yeah, that's the way, baby. That's the way it's smooth. She might talk me about my panties and I'm straight. I mean, she probably talked a lot of straight women out their panties because that girl is. I know everybody go crazy over Ty Young. I think that's her name. The one that was messing with Drew, allegedly. But baby, that's the way. Something different right there. I'm just saying. It's just so laid back and cool, and I just don't like. I guess I don't like. It seems to me that Portia is just really putting on for the camera. I hope that she say she's in love with Sway because she was on Sherry Shepherd's show saying that she was in love with Sway. But I hope this is real. Okay, remember we got this Ray K thing going on, so we're gonna go down to Phaedra's house. Speaking of Phaedra's house, baby, I tell you what, I wouldn't have my baby out there with all them Buddhists and Judas and all that shaking the ass. Oh yeah, by the way, when this is the one thing about K.MICHELLE getting her teeth done, when she saw how cute the dental hygienist was, and you know, you can't be working in my husband's office. Why not? Everybody and their mama, have noticed that, you know, you said that you let him sleep with other people. So what would be the problem with him working with her? He wouldn't be paying any bills. Yeah, he would be paying the bills because technically she'll be working for him. That must be what it be. So let's get on back over there. Because, I mean, he was looking so grown in his clothes, with his little clothes off or whatever, and his shirt off. And she said he don't escape the chance to take off his clothes. So I thought that it was kind of inappropriate for him, just me, for him to be out around all those women with their neck ass hanging out, especially Portia's, looking like your mama looked about 2013. Yeah, because that bikini looked very, very similar to what her bikini looked like. I just want to get to the dinner. So K.MICHELLE decides that she's going to apologize. She's going to apologize to everybody except Drew. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see how she apologized to everybody except Drew? She goes down the line. She talks about all her mistakes. She talks about how, you know, we find out who the guy is that was supposed to be getting the bed secrets. The bed secrets from Portia. What they call it, pillow talk. Speaking of pillow talk, that fits that show. And that was supposed to be pillow talking with Portia. We found out that was a dude contestant or whatever from that show. Y'all, we guessed everybody, didn't we? Everybody real. We guessed R. Kelly. And that goes to show you how in Hollywood and celebrity areas, how their circle is so small and they all swapping sperm. I don't know. It's giving disgusting. But it is what it is. Their circle is small. They're all had some Nigerian at some point. And he is Nigerian. That's what Portia like. Is Sway Nigerian? Cause that would be just the icing on the cake, wouldn't it? Cause she love her good old Nigerian. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. They decided that they were gonna hash it out. So Portia's like, me plotting against you, never. And so K.MICHELLE switches her attention again to Drew for some reason. This is weird, y'all. I don't get it. I know I've been saying that since for every review. I don't get it. She just add Drew. And then Drew like, you running down my resume. It's easy, bitch. It's short. I don't know why that's the thing with her to make her feel like. Now, none of these women have the resume that either one of them have. All of these women are, their claim to fame is the show. Even though Shamir was in that group with Carrie Hilson, the claim to fame for all of these women, with the exception of Drew and K.MICHELLE, is this show. So, well, Cynthia, the friend to the show, I will say her too, but as a supermodel, a lot of supermodels I just know by face. I don't remember Cynthia. I do remember, I don't even remember Kimora Lee Simmons. I remember I heard that she was in there with, and she's pictured with Naomi and Beverly Johnson and Amon and all them. But those are the ones who I remember from like the supermodel era. Even though she was there. My point is, why are these two women going back and forth over who's the bigger star? And K.MICHELLE is starting it. It makes no sense to me how you gonna come at her about Black when you say you don't want him and you're the one who bring him up most of the time. So that's why Drew was like, just keep his name out your mouth. That'll resolve a whole lot of our shit right there. I can say what I want to say. Nobody Drew. Like I said, both of you are on this show. Let's start there. And let's start with the entertainment industry. Drew is known in the entertainment industry. Yes, it was a long time ago that she did the TLC movie, but it was a 3-night affair. It was an event. Shout out to Tisha. And baby, we were glued to the TV when that damn documentary or whatever you call it, video mockumentary, whatever you want to call it, came out. It was miniseries. That's the word I'm looking for. Menopause. It's a bitch. So what I'm saying is, we were glued to the TV. She's known for that. I don't give a damn if it was 82.5 years ago. She's known for that. Drew has a show on Bounce. I love the show. I can't think of the name of it. I can never think of the name of it because I only get Bounce from that. Y'all see that out there? That's my antenna. And when Bounce comes in on my antenna, I watch Drew's show. So, are you on a show right now? Drew is the queen of Lifetime. She has a lot of Black Lifetime. She has a lot of Lifetime movies. She has a lot of Tubi movies. She has a lot of Peacock movies. I don't give two shakes of a rattlesnake's ass. That's still working. That's still considered being a working actress. And you trying to break into acting, if my understanding is correct. You was in Single Black Female. Your singing career is not where Drew's is. Your singing career is, above Drew's. But her acting career is above yours. Don't act like you don't try to act here and there. Then, both of you are in reality. Drew has been on this show longer than you have. Drew is considered a vet now. So what is the damn problem with you calling her Nobody Drew? You know something about her. Hell, you know that Ralph down to the basement. That's fake and phony, and I don't like it. Just like you, let's transfer over to Watch What Happened Live. Like, just like you using that fake and phony accent, sounding like Reba McEntire down to the Watch What Happened Live. That was embarrassing. And then when they talked about the oyster thing, your around the world and explanation of the oyster comment made no sense. Talking about I wanted to get ahead of it. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because for the simple fact, allegedly, you didn't even know about the plot until you got on the show and they told you that somebody who we supposed to don't know told you that it was a plot coming down the pipe. So stop lying. You wanted to have an issue with Drew and Portia. That's what it's looking like. And it's making you look like you not working with a full deck, sis. That's what it's making it look like. And I'm telling you, it's not like that I have ever been a big fan of K.MICHELLE, but, and I was definitely apprehensive about her coming on the show. But when I settled with it, I was like, okay, that's going to be good. But it's just like over and over and over again, it's Drew is everybody's target for everything. And I guess you don't think Drew will do anything just because Portia jump up at the table like she did with Kelly when Kelly was pointing that glass in her face. Boy, when I saw that glass pointing in Portia's face and Portia came back with, "You sleep with that married man." She still pointing the glass in her face. She said she'd do what she wanted to do. All I could see was Kenya's hair being pulled along with the scepter and dragged across the floor. Kelly, your hair is not real, so you might be lucky, but she will pick up a plate. So, and those plates were right there, ready for her to be plucked and picked up. So we did some investigating. Everybody's trying to figure out who is the man that is not a stewardess, and he can fly a plane, and he's somebody's pastor husband, and Phaedra's client. So I was up last night, minding my own business, watching Millichan TV. And somebody named Sasha called in and said that it was Ben Tanker, allegedly, Jewel's husband. Did I watch the Tanker show? Absolutely. Does it make sense that it could be him? Absolutely. Some people are saying that it's John Gray. Either way it goes. Don't Kelly got a tight, wide shoulders, not working with much hair. Kind of non-handsome, if you will. Very, very stocky, no nicks. If you're talking about John Gray, you're talking about Tanker and that ex-husband, I wonder does Jarvis look like that? Broad shoulders, no waist, just short, very short legs. I hope not. Well, excuse me if you heard that. I don't know why every time I get on the video, it's that the damn acid reflux starts to cut up, and then my memory flies out the window with that damn menopause. But anyway, drop down in the comments. Let me know, do you think it's Ben Tanker or John Gray? Now, a lot of people also said Mr. Chocolate, which is Jamal Brown. I don't think it's Jamal. He's not ready to cheat quite yet. He normally doesn't start to cheat until about a year or two into the marriage. He hasn't made it there yet, so I don't think it's him. Drop down in the comments, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video. Why? Because sharing is indeed caring. The children playing with the lights. I know y'all can see that. Why is I'm closing, and as I do when I close, I'm chalking up the deuces. Deuces.